Alright, so Capcom dropped a Terry guide. There wasn't too much new information in it, but there were some things that caught my eye. And like many of you, I'm going to be playing a ton of Terry when he comes out, so hopefully some of these will help you. I do think they'll translate, but obviously we're going to know all the answers in a week's time. I'll go through the video. You know, some of the stuff we already know, but I'll definitely point out the areas that I thought were special. So I love how they just say that, you know, Terry's good at offense and defense, so get used to him making a lot of people rage. Right off the bat, so the power geysers are going to be amazing because, the power waves are going to be amazing because you get to control if it goes under or if it goes above. And because that is in the game, you know, anytime a character has like an annoying special like Guile, let's just say Guile does his Sonic Blade, he shoots it and then he walks behind it. At least over here, if Terry does the Light Punch version of Power Wave, it's going to go underneath that. So Guile has to respect that as well. Maybe he has to block it, parry it, jump over. But it really lets Terry dictate the matchup. The important part here, though, is that thankfully the medium punch version clashes with fireballs because you still need a fireball that clashes. You know, it just helps you reset the situation as well. Like, you don't want to be in a trade situation all the time, especially if you're at a pixel of health. But the best thing about the medium punch version is just how fast it is. Because it comes out so fast, it doesn't go full screen, but it still goes a good distance. This will be such an annoying corner punishing tool, just keeping the opponent locked down because it goes so fast. If it knocks them down, that's free drive rush into more, you know, shenanigans. So an amazing tool. You're going to see a lot of medium punch power waves. And yes, I used to play zoning characters all the time in fighting games, so I know a little thing here or there about fireballs, and that's a good one. Again, very good news that this fireball doesn't knock down either, because you can chase down with some drive rush shenanigans, just like Ken, everyone's favorite Shoto, can do. Now, round wave, they don't show it here. They say the usual things that we know, that it's plus on block and whatnot, but in one of the trailers that they released of like the computers facing off against each other, when the opponent parried the round wave, they got the perfect parry animation, like it wasn't a projectile, like it was a hit. So I wonder how that's going to be. One thing though I will say, more people are getting better at parrying or doing drive impacts on reaction. And I think some of Terry's, you know, specials might fall victim to that. So yes, a lot of them are safe on block, but they might be free to parry and drive impact. So you can't just go willy-nilly and just start throwing out, you know, specials like they're nothing. They didn't show if the overhead version of this is minus on block. I imagine it might be, or you definitely won't get your turn back because it's an overhead. But the fact that it reaches fairly far is good to have in the toolkit for sure, because any overhead, especially if an opponent just has a pixel of health left, it's good that they have to think about that as well. And then the OD version, you know, sends them flying, so that's good to know as well. Now, Burn Knuckle, most of this stuff we already knew, so I'm not going to go too in depth with it. I'm glad that they did show off that, you know, if the screen shakes on block, it means that it's plus and then you're okay. So it just adds another visual cue that you have to look out for. But this move might be free to perfect parry and drive impact. Now, the thing that really caught my eye was that the OD version actually creates a rolling state. So if you're going to see the computer do it right now, it sends Ryu flying, but if you get off a punish counter, I believe, he'll go into that roll state, and then the computer just goes into, you know, straight level 1 just to show off. And level 1 goes pretty far. We'll see if it goes far enough to punish Blanca Ball, but time will tell. The important thing about this is I wonder if you can get an extended drive rush combo after. Here they do show like a corner specific combo where, you know, you can just go straight into your normal, into a power dunk situation. You look like you're super plus after that, which is good. But if you can do some extended drive rush combos, you know, might be worth it as well. Power charge, again, not too much to mention on this because you know, we knew already. I think some of the videos that have been coming out, it shows that it is negative if you do the medium and the light versions. And then obviously the big gimmick, it's kind of like SNK old school games where you can combo into the hard version. This actually, I'm going to quickly touch on this. The fact that you can get 2 jabs into that DP is so important in this game. One, it's an incredibly easy hit confirm, but it's a far hitting hit confirm that leads you into a knockdown state. So I'm glad Terry has that. And then anything that knocks in the air, obviously Terry might as well have just been a Marvel character. He's got juggle for days. He's going to juggle these guys like it's nothing. And I think they also show off that, you know, he can do multiple things in the end and chain. I think they do three specials into it right here as well. So you're going to have to master this, but I don't think it's going to be too tough. Now, to me, this just works like another donkey kick. I'm sure people are going to come up with setups where you're going to end up on the other side. You're going to have to know it because it's an easy corner change. Now, this is one of the key points of the video. The crack shoot angle, I know they focus primarily on it just being an annoying footsie tool or going over fireballs, but the distance it travels, like right over here, just made me think like a zoning character again. Like Ryu jumps from so far and he gets hit, and the only thing I could think of is how annoying this move is going to be for, you know, slow characters like Zangief that need to come towards you. Maybe he can like grab you out of the air and do like that air SPD or something, who knows. But these types of awkward anti-airs are always good to have in a toolkit, especially because he already has an amazing Dragon Punch. So anything that can move them forward a bit more, it really does add to the space control of a character. And if it, you know, doesn't have like a wonky hurt box where people will be able to stuff you in the air, it's going to be a nightmare for some of the bigger, slower, sluggish characters, because medium power wave goes extremely fast. If you think you can jump it from certain distances, you know, you might just get clipped from the crack shoot. Thank God, thank God, thank God. We already knew the answer to this, but this wasn't a charge move. No one wanted to do this as a charge move. We liked it as a DP motion, you know, in King of Fighters 15, and we want to do the same thing here. And I like how they show off that it does have invincibility, just so you can have it. And then the second very important part of this trailer, passing sway, it kind of looks a bit jank to me. Like, it doesn't look normal at all, the way Terry comes in and out. And if you pause it, like his pixels are all over the place, like on his animation. But the annoying part here is I can just see this being a noob killer where, you know, you go back and forth, or you land on the forward area twice, or you go back 3 times in a row. If they try to parry it, you get up a punish counter throw. Like that type of, you know, shenanigans I can see really annoying, you know, players that aren't used to it. But this to me was the biggest one. Canceling it and not pressing a single button and still having it being safe. This is very interesting because it's going to draw a lot of people out, and it's going to be a great mix-up tool because there are tons of times where you're not going to want to push anything just to get a tick grab off or see if they will be baited into a DP or something. So the standing version, or the not doing anything version, definitely has some potential. Now Buster Wolf, no one really showed this off in any of the trailer videos or like the teaser videos, but I want to see the travel distance. I don't know if it goes as fast as I think it should, but I really wonder how this would be to cancel those long range block normals like Blanka Ball, of course. And I know one of my very good friends plays Blanka, so I always have Blanka on my mind when this stuff comes. And then the biggest part of this trailer, I love how they mention that, you know, they're going through the explanations of Power Geyser, how you can use it as an anti-air. And you're going to wonder why this is important. Well, it's twofold. One, they tell you later on when he does his level 3 that it doesn't have great distance, so it might not be the best anti-air option. But the reason this Power Geyser is going to be a godly anti-air tool is not only does it cover a great angle and that it hits high, the actual motion to do a Power Geyser is quarter circle back 2 times and punch, which means you can walk backwards and still buffer the Power Geyser. So it gives Terry a scary option. And look, this almost does 50%. Probably does just around 50% if you use all your resources. So if you predict a jump is coming, oh man, this anti-air is going to do tons of damage. So this is a fantastic tool. And then the last part, I'm not going to spend too much time in it. Rising Fang. they do say it is useful as an anti-air, but I don't think it goes as far as Power Geyser, so it's just something else that you have to keep in mind. And then they show some fancy combos where, you know, Terry does a ton of damage. I personally normally do like Japanese voice actors more than the English voice actors, but Terry's English voice actor does an amazing job, and the way he says Power Geyser, you know, is perfect. So, well, there it is. That's my quick rundown. Terry, it's just a week away. We're almost there. The journey's almost at the end. If you want to know anything else, you know, when Terry drops, I'm happy to do some videos on it. But those are the 3 main things that really stuck out to me in this video. So if you need a quick recap, the sway, I think that's going to be very annoying if people, you know, go into the grab version of it. The Power Geyser, especially being a backwards motion and whatnot, I think that's going to be a very annoying situation for people. And then just dealing with the crack shoot distances. How are, you know, slower characters going to be able to deal with that? Anyways, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.